Darlings, it's Mummy, Sybil Bruncheon, and I'm here on 11th Avenue. There's the Jacob Javits Center over there, the huge Jacob Javits Center, which is being added on to again and again and again. This is the extreme west side of Manhattan, over by the Hudson River. And here are the Boston buses, the buses that go to Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia and Boston. These buildings that you're all seeing, these big glass ones, are all brand new. This is called the Hudson Yards area. And all along here, this was all very industrial, super industrial. This is where raised train tracks were. And over these fences are where the train cars are stored. So can I peek over? I'll try and peek over. Mummy's not very tall. I don't know what I just filmed for you, and I don't know if it was even in focus. As you can see, there's the Hudson River. There's New Jersey. Let's wave to New Jersey, the Garden State. Anyway, I'm coming along here. As you can see, these buildings are brand new. They're a bit dour, aren't they, at the bottom? There's no frontage for trees or anything. This is what we're doing to the world. We're sort of just paving it all over. Here's the train yard. These are all the trains that go back and forth between here, and these are the Long Island Railroad trains. So they go out to Sayville and all of those towns along the Long Island. So they're the ones that drop people off for Fire Island. So Mummy has been on these cars over the years and has taken them out and back in, et cetera, et cetera. And then, as I said, these are all brand new buildings that were built on the location of warehouses and everything. This couldn't be more industrial. And back in the 40s and 30s, well, there's the High Line. You can see those people in the distance. Can you, let me see if I can do this. There you go. I'm sorry I'm shaking. I still don't have a gimbal. Along there is a raised sort of track, and you can see people on them. That is the undeveloped part of the High Line. The High Line goes down this way, and then you can see people crossing right there, that kind of train bridge thing, and that's undeveloped High Line. And then High Line is going to go to the left, and then it heads south the way the train tracks used to be. That's all train tracks. And then that becomes very gardeny and beautiful. Here's the vessel, and here's the Hudson Yards. So what's happening is these areas, there's a train going out. That's going to go to the, here, let me close this down. That's going to go to Penn Station and then take passengers off to, Long Island somewhere. Anyway, back to this. This was all, as I said many times, industrial, and it was grim industrial. This is where gangsters hid out, and this was just horrible in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and 50s. Into the 60s, this was even more terrible. And so the fact that people saved, two rather brilliant gay boys, saved the High Line from destruction and being torn down like the West Side Highway was and everything, they decided to make it into a garden, a vast boulevard that would wind through lower Manhattan. And clever. And when that happened, this all became valuable property. It's kind of like a railroad train version of Chinatown. As soon as people got control of resources or things that were at hand, like water in Chinatown, they could turn desert into orange groves, or even more importantly, into downtown Los Angeles. So Chinatown was kind of an amazing story. Gangsterism and murder based on water. These buildings, Mummy jokes that these are all like Jane Jetson buildings. You could see their shapes are kind of funny. They're cantilevered, they're leaning. They're sort of like a rock collection of some geeky geology student in 7th grade. Crystals and everything. There's all sorts of strange angles and stuff. This is all prime territory. And behind the vessel, and you can see people are all climbing up and doing it who have no fear of heights. Behind that Lululemon area there's Sephora back there. That's a vast new shopping area that is top of the line. Nordstrom's is in there. It's very, very fancy. And of course, they're going to be opening the Equinox hotels here. Or they are open now. So I wanted you to see all this, and I wanted to juxtapose it. This, obviously, this is all going to disappear. They're not going to keep waterfront property worth billions of dollars for a parking lot. Down here is all industrial. You could see past the train yards. And then there's the Con Ed parking lots, which are full of Con Ed trucks and coils of electrical cable. They're not going to keep that like that. No, they're not. Mummy is an Aquarius, and I've been saying for years that we were on a real timetable. We were on a really strange short-term schedule along here, and once it started changing, once they got that Highline built, I said we've got to start rethinking things. So, having said that, lo and behold, well, first of all, that Art Deco building with the water towers on it is the Lehigh Sterrett building, which was a famous industrial building built in the 30s. Very Art Deco, wraparound windows. That's where Tommy Hilfiger was for years, when Mummy was the archivist there. Apropos of that, strangely enough, the little building in front of it with the little arched windows. Let me see if I can, over this fence. Well, I'll just shoot through the fence. Okay, you're looking at the water towers? Okay. Through this fence, you can see a little brick building with kind of arched windows, and there's a little greenhouse at the end. That is Chelsea Mini Storage. That's the building that Mummy has been in for the last week with the help of a couple of friends who've been wonderful. And we have been trying to find homes for all of Mummy's treasures. Not only Sybil Bruncheon costumes and props and scenery and accessories and hats and shoes and everything, but also Mummy's own antiques, Mummy's family heirlooms, things that Mummy got when she was younger and thought that she was going to have a big mansion someday. So that's where I've been working. Yes, I didn't celebrate my birthday. I didn't even acknowledge it this year. I sort of ignored it because I figured, no, it's I'm going through such a challenge with this, such an emotional challenge with giving up things that I decided to pass. There's the Chelsea Mini Storage building right there. Little 8-story building. It's a little taller at that end, you can see. And this right in front of us is the Con Ed parking lot, which is all behind scaffolding. This will obviously be 80-story buildings pretty soon, wrapping around the Highline. There's people going up and down the Highline. The Highline is disappearing off into there. You can see it crosses there, all those people. And all of these buildings, well, let me show you this. This building, the OHM, right here on the corner, with Hampton's Marketplace in it, and that one, the Ava, right there, were the tallest buildings over here 5 years ago. Everyone was like, oh my God, they built a 30-story building. They built a 25-story building over here. They're huge. And look, Manhattan Mini Storage is going to disappear soon too. We had no idea that the Ava and the Ohm were going to be half or a third the height of these. Look at this. The Ohm looks positively like a housing project. It's like public housing. The Ava, it's in public housing. They're nothing. They're nothing compared to what is going on here. And believe me, these are nothing compared to what is going to go up here. There's the drawings of them right there. Look, work in progress, residential. And look at what they're projecting here. Look at what they're projecting. Can you believe it? So, if that's the case, I must tell you, I don't think that we have, that little Chelsea Mini Storage building has long to live. It will be eliminated too, as this wall of skyscrapers goes up. All because the Highline, oh, there you go. Oh. Look through here. Look how deep they've gone. And they've been filling in. So those pilings are going way down into the soft mud of the Hudson floodplain to find a firm enough holding for a skyscraper that we have no idea how tall it's going to be, but it's going to be big, and it's going to tower over everything, all of this. And the Hudson Yards trains will be underground. They'll no longer be out in the air. They'll disappear under a giant skyscraper as well. So, you know how Mummy is about change. It's very hard for me. I'm an Aquarius, but I'm someone who likes things when I like them. I don't like to say goodbye. I'm not a good goodbye sayer. There you go. Mummy is not good at goodbyes. And that's what life sometimes is. And of course, again, that's what life ultimately is for everybody. So, I'm off to the storage space. I'm off to get hats and dresses and things into the right hands, people who will love them. I'm there to dig through all my treasures. I gave away thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of books the other day. A nice gentleman named James took all of my books, my entire library. So that's gone. But I know that they're in good hands. I know that they're in hands of someone who will treasure and love them and make sure that they get into good hands too. So that's it. That's about it. I'm heading in, and I will talk to all of you later. For those of you that did remember when my birthday was and you snuck me a birthday greeting, thank you. That was very sweet of you to remember. And for those of you that missed it, you did me a favor, darlings. Mummy's at that age where birthdays are creepy. I will talk to you all later. Take care. Bye-bye.